Guys, we're excited to introduce the 2020 Nautique G23 Paragon here. This is an all-new boat from Nautique. It's the elite, I would say the pinnacle of luxury and performance in wake boats. Although this is 23 foot, it weighs in over at 7,200 pounds. So a lot of fiberglass, a lot of substance going into this brand new hull design to create the ultimate surf wake and wakeboarding wake. So let's check out the inside. Starting here at the back of the boat, we've got to show off these all new lounge seats, which are a first of its kind in tow sports that we've seen, and very, very comfortable. You've got cup holders readily accessible to you, and just a really awesome feature on this boat. Here we are in the bow of this G23 Paragon, and just want to show some of the features of the interior and the refinement of it. You can see the detail and the stitching, the contours that are just very, very comfortable. You've got the bow armrest. This has got the bow filler cushion. Of course, you've got the hinged seating, LED lighting in all of the compartments. This boat doesn't come with many options because most of the options on the other Nautiques in the lineup are actually standard equipment on this Paragon, including the courtesy lighting that you see here. You can cycle it through all the different colors. And of course, you've got the JL audio, and the interior speakers are all 8-inch drivers. So here we are in the helm of the G23 Paragon, sitting in a driver's seat. Really comfortable seat. It's heated, and it's also a power seat, so you can move it forward and backward with the push of a button. So we're going to show you a few features of the link pan array screen here. You'll notice in the Paragon we actually have two screens. The one on the left is going to show us all of our vitals, engine temperature, oil pressure, our speed, depth, and fuel capacity. The one on the right is where we control the features of the boat. So you can see here you've got an overhead view of the boat. This represents the shape of the wave or wake that we're creating. So we can easily tune that wave with just a small few pushes of the button or the screen here. I can control the entire screen by this knob and or reach up and touch the screen, which makes it really nice. We can control all of our music here. You've got zone control. So if I want to quiet the inside of the boat, but allow my rider to still hear the sound of the music while they're behind the boat, we can keep those tower speakers cranking and soften the sound inside so we can hear each other speak. You've got the overhead view of this Paragon showing the ballast layout. You've got a port, starboard, and of course your belly bag, so 3 tanks. This boat only has 2,200 pounds of ballast. Remember earlier I talked about the overall weight coming in at around 7,200 pounds, and the overall engineering and hull design doesn't really require as much ballast as we've seen in other models from Nautique. Here we have a control section, so I can turn on docking lights, overhead lights. This comes with underwater lights. If you're out on a night cruise, it makes for a really cool view behind the boat. Of course, I talked about the driver seat heater. That's standard equipment along with the heater for the entire boat. You can see one of the vents right here for the driver. I've got another one down by my feet, and then another pull-out vent for passengers that's really nice. Of course, we've got the courtesy lighting package that we've shown. You can dim the brightness, and then you can also change the color of the courtesy lighting. You can also put it on cycle color, where it just cycles through all the colors and without you having to change anything. That's kind of a neat feature as well. And of course, you've got your favorite color menu where you can program a color or two to stay on when you turn the courtesy lighting on. You've got the full maps. You can see Lake Thunderbird here. We're sitting in our showroom. but it's really nice to have, especially on bigger bodies of water, if you want to know exactly where you are, if you want to mark waypoints and maybe know how to get back to where you launched the boat if it's a new lake that you've never been to. You've got the integrated GoPro capability. This is really cool. You can, your Bluetooth will, the GoPro will Bluetooth into the link pan array so you can see what's behind you, record your riders, so a really cool feature there. All in all, very easy to learn how to operate. Really cool feature here with the knob, kind of taking a play off of some of our luxury car brands, Mercedes, BMW, Audi have something similar to this as well. And then last but not least, you've got your rider profiles. This is how easy it is. One push of a button, I go down to wake surf, turn that system on. It's going to fill our ballast up 100%, set our cruise control to 11.6 miles per hour, and we're ready to rock and roll on a surf wave. Of course, if you want to tune that wave to your liking, you certainly can do that, and you can save whatever setting you like by hitting the create new user, put your name in, tell the boat exactly what speed you like, how much ballast you like, and what surf setting you like, and it will save it, and you can go to that setting every time. You've got wake surf mellow, wake surf steep, Grom for your kids, younger, lighter weight riders. Creates an awesome surf wave, doesn't even feel any ballast in the boat. Wakeboard Pro, Intermediate, Novice, and of course Wake Skate. We'll exit out of that. I talked briefly about the sound system. This comes with the Studio Elite Wavefront package. So the regular G23 has 6-inch drivers on the interior cockpit. The Paragon's got 8-inch drivers. You've got two 12-inch subs, one underneath the spotter seat here, one underneath this dash, and then two more with the wake sub option that we've added for a total of 4 12-inch subs. Needless to say, the stereo is incredible, and there would really be no need to enhance it or upgrade it at a local stereo shop or even here at our dealership. So the showstopper on the Paragon is arguably the brand new tower from Roswell. First of its kind, electric tower that telescopes up and down with the push of a button. This makes it really nice if you have needs for storage space, going under a bridge, and or maybe you get caught in the rain and you want to lower the top to keep the rain off of you, or it's late afternoon, sun's going down, you want to lower the top to keep the sun out of your eyes. You can do that with a push of a button, which we'll show you here in a moment. We'll also want to highlight the clamping board racks from Roswell. Really nice feature. Don't have to mess with bungee straps. Those have been around for a couple of years now and have proven to be really reliable. We'll look at the tower real quick, show how it goes up and down with a push of a button. Here we are in the back cockpit area of the Paragon. Really comfortable setup. Just noticing the highlights and how customized the interior is. When we design these boats, we pick all of the colors that you'll see here from the main interior, the main stripe, featured texture colors, seat boxing. Notice even the thread is red to match the piping and the theme we have for this boat. So each Nautique and especially each Paragon is fully custom down to the finest details. Here we have the slide out rear facing seat, which is really nice for your passengers when someone's wakeboarding or wake surfing, where everyone wants to watch what's behind the boat. We want to highlight the propulsion system in this G23 Paragon. We've opened up the electric engine hatch, which is done obviously with a push of a button. The only engine available in this boat is the PCM XR7, which is a 6.2 liter motor that is supercharged, makes 550 horsepower and 575 foot-pounds of torque. Tried and true engine, really reliable and not necessarily making it a fast boat, but definitely creating a lot of power to push this heavy boat and to perform under heavy load with a large crowd of people and be very reliable for you out in the water when you're wakeboarding, wake surfing, and cruising. One feature we want to talk about on this engine that's all new for 2020 from PCM, they've moved all of their engines to what we call 100% closed cooling. So you have a heat exchanger that actually picks up the raw, when the water pump picks up the raw water, it runs through the heat exchanger, then cooling the coolant, which then cools the engine block, and also the entire manifolds. The manifolds are sleeved, so you're not going to have any raw water introduced at the manifold. The raw water is actually introduced back at the elbow and runs out the exhaust. So that's important to note, because the manifolds over time can become serviceable parts if you're running raw water in them. Obviously rust forms and can cut down on the reliability of some of those parts, and PCM is taken all of that out of the equation by going to the closed cooled system. So a really cool feature that we want to talk about. And last but not least, they've moved to a really easy, quick winterize setup on these engines. In years past, you had to pull 8, 9 drain plugs, stand on your head, get to the V-drive transmission. Not something that, you know, a lot of our customers wanted to do themselves, obviously, but now we can show everyone that buys this boat how to pull 3 little hoses off these quick disconnects. That winterizes your boat, which really can extend your season if you want to run into October, November on some of the nice days, but obviously can turn cold there quickly. So that's something that is really neat about all the PCM engines, for that matter, for 2020.